I've been originating mortgages for many years, and whether you're new to the process or one of my old customers, I always get asked, what are the closing costs? I know after some time that what you're really asking me is what are the closing costs, and what are prepaids, and how much money do I need to bring to escrow to close this transaction, or what is my cash to close? Closing costs are the fees and charges that you incur because you originated a loan or refinanced your mortgage. Prepaids are the things that you pay every single month, regardless of whether or not you secure a new mortgage. And cash to close, those are the totals of closing costs and prepaids, plus the difference between the new loan and your old loan principal balance. Now, we're going to focus on this video just on closing costs, but spend some time with our other videos on prepaids and cash to close. Now remember, closing costs are the fees, like what you see here, that you incur because you decided to originate a loan or refinance your current mortgage. Now there are a lot of little individual closing costs, but they add up to a big dollar amount, either out of your pocket, added to the loan, or a combination of all those things. It's important to understand what they are and how they're processed. Generally, of all these closing costs that you see here, they originate from two separate sources. The first source being your bank, broker, or lender, and the second source is everyone else. And everyone else wants a little bit of money for the service they provide. Now, banks and brokerages and lenders used to charge separate fees for origination, underwriting, processing. Now everything is lumped together and it comes across as an origination fee, whether or not you're paying down your loan, and it is totaled on the good faith estimate in column A, the total of column A. That total typically runs between $8.95 and $14.95 if there were no points involved, and it could be more or less. Now, third-party fees, those are the fees that everybody else wants because they provided some sort of service. So if I ordered a credit report, or if you had an appraiser come out and take a look at the property, even the government, for recording your documents, wants a little piece of the pie. And they generally range from $2,000 to $3,000 and make up about 2/3 of the total closing costs. What's the total closing costs? Well, they average around 1% of the loan amount, or between $2,500 and $3,500. These fees are taken care of usually in 4 different ways. Now, the first way is rolling it into the loan. So what happens here is you take your $250,000 loan, you throw the closing costs in, now you have a $252,500 loan. Or you keep your loan at $250,000, but you bring $2,500 to escrow. Or you take a little higher interest rate and let the bank or broker pay for all the fees. And the last one is a combination of all three. A little bit here, a little bit there to get you where you want to go. Now you may want to sit down for this. There is no right answer and no one way. The only right answer is the one that works for you. Take some time and think about your situation. Think about what you're trying to accomplish. Think about how long you might have this mortgage. Think about what's important for you financially. Think about what your goals are. And don't worry about what's going on next door. Now, here at ROM Consultants, we really like the no-cost mortgage option. It is viable, and in our rate environment, it works very well. And the reason that this works for us is because we have access to between 70 and 90 different lenders with 70 to 90 different guidelines or methods they provide funds. Now, all these lenders and banks, they want to know about you, your credit worthiness, whether or not you'll pay back. They essentially all follow Fannie and Freddie guidelines for conventional and FHA loans. But what you may not know is that sometimes their rates depend on them and how busy they are. Well, here at ROM Consultants, our access allows us to see which bank fits your criteria, which bank